How to make her chase you. Women supposedly aren't supposed to be chasing after a man. It goes against their nature, or perhaps the order of how things ought to be, and also because society tends to frown upon that. On the other hand, it's in men's DNA to be the chaser, the pursuer, and go after the women they deem desirable. Men are cursed with this burden of having to make the first move. I say cursed, because a lot of men dread the idea of having to go talk to a woman that they find attractive or are interested in. Most men have this deep-seated fear of getting rejected by women, to the point that it paralyzes them, and keeps them from taking action. This is something that they cannot help. This fear of rejection resides deep inside every man because there used to be a time in human history that if a man got rejected by a woman, the whole village would hear about it. And a chance of him getting any other woman would be extremely difficult, or even worse, if he happened to talk to the wrong man's woman, he could pay for it dearly. It might even cost him his life. It's suffice to say that we no longer live in this type of society, but the fear is still real, because it's the way they've been programmed for millions of years. So wouldn't it be nice, if there were a way men didn't have to worry about approaching anxiety, and have women chase them instead? Well, there is. Actually, there are 3 ways men could have women chasing them, instead of them chasing the women. Let's begin. Number 1, be mysterious. And I don't mean strange, I mean mysterious in a good way. Women love mystery, that's why they're drawn to romance novels with a lot of twists and turns, that leave them wanting more. So you're probably wondering, what does that have to do with me? Well, everything. You need to learn how you can be mysterious, that way just when she thought she had you figured out, boom. She finds out something new about you she didn't know before, and she's intrigued, and wants to find out more. Okay, now let's talk about some ways you can start embodying this type of personality. Stop being predictable. Predictability is boring. Ditch your routine. Show her that you can be spontaneous. Women love men who can keep them on their toes, and never know what's coming next. Break some rules. Stop always doing what's right. Switch it up a little. Show her that you can be fun. Surprise her. Take her to places she has never been before. Set the world on fire. And finally, be playful with her. Women love men that know how to lighten up, and not take life too seriously all the time. So these are some of the things you could start with, and clearly, there are more that you could start implementing as you start to understand what you need to do to become more mysterious. Next, you'll learn how to talk to women with just your eyes, and of course, I'm talking about eye contact. Number 2, eye contact. This technique will drive women crazy because most guys are afraid to make eye contact with a woman. They'll look away as soon as the woman catches them looking. And when you learn not to look away, she'll realize that she's dealing with a different type of man. And that'll excite her, and naturally, she'll want more of you, and possibly starts to pursue you. And the way to do this is, when she catches you looking at her, let her know that it was intentional by not looking away until she does. And if you happen to be close to her, and you look deep into her eyes a couple of seconds longer than you should, you'll see her entire being, and she'll feel it too. And a connection is formed, and she'll remember this moment for a while, and wants to experience more of it. But of course, this will probably not happen the first time you try it, therefore, you'll want to practice until it all comes off naturally. As you can see, eye contact is an extremely powerful tool when it comes to communicating non-verbally with a woman. And if you master this one crucial element of body language, you'll be ahead of most men out there, and you'll have women chasing you, instead of you chasing them. So that's eye contact. It takes some practice to get comfortable with it, but it's definitely worth a learning. Next is teaching her new things about herself. Women love to learn new things about her favorite subject, her. Number 3, teach her something new. Learn how to become interesting by becoming well versed in things women are naturally interested in, such as palm reading, and what it all means, and you'll come off as an expert. And she's going to want to be around you more, because she's learning from you things she never learned from any other men she'd been with before. The more things you help her discover about herself, the more she's going to chase you. You don't need to necessarily become the jack of all trades, but learning a few more things, such as about horoscopes or yoga, can work to your advantage. If you become an expert in her universe, she won't leave you alone, especially if you teach her things about her body she never knew existed. Then you would need to go into witness protection program after that, because she'll hunt you down. If you ever left her, I might be exaggerating a bit, but it's pretty close. Cheers. So there you have it. Now you know some ways you could start having women chase you, instead of you chasing them. I hope I was able to answer your question on how to make her chase you. And understanding this is half the battle. Now you have enough information to help yourself make better relationship decisions. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. Thank you.